Premier League is back, and it returned in the most frustrating way possible. A goalless draw against Crystal Palace. So from the tactical battle at the bridge to Chelsea defense dilemma. So today we break down what we learned from Chelsea nil, Crystal Palace nil, as well as the latest transfer update from Fabrizio Romano. But before we dive in, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. But if you have been rocking with me for a while, we're on the road to 10k subscribers. So like the video, drop a comment, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anytime I upload. Let's dive into it. This is an afternoon where the optimism of a fresh season, the excitement of new signings, and the pride of being called the club champion met the harsh reality of our oldest problem, breaking down a disciplined low block. The team news brought some surprise, with Tosin Adrabayo missing out. As precaution, our backline was reshuffled. The 11 looked like this: Sanchez, James, Chalobah, Acheampong, Cucurella, Caicedo, Enzo, Neto, Palmer, Gittin, and Joao Pedro. A bold mix of youth and experience. Acheampong stepping in shows just how much faith Enzo Maresca has in our young players. Palmer, Joao Pedro, and new arrival Jamie Gittin gave us that attacking spark on paper. But before the ball was even kicked, Oliver Glasner, Crystal Palace manager, made it clear that he respected us. We are facing the club world champions. They have a fantastic manager in Enzo Maresca and a clear style of play. And that respect translated into Palace game plan. They didn't come here to play football. They came to shut us down. And they did it with perfection. Heading into the game, Maresca was already sending strong signals in the press conference. We need another centre back. He explained why. West played 45 minutes in that position. It was the first half against Bournemouth away, probably one of the worst half since we started. Badiashile played in the middle, the Conference League final first half, and we are losing 1-0. We changed him with Levi and won 4-1. It's not the same. The one in the middle is my way. That's how important the central defender role is in Maresca's system. He made it clear. We can survive with option, but to play his way, to truly compete at the top level, he needs a specialist. And this match underlined why structure, balance, and control matters so much in this system. From the first whistle, it was clear Palace wasn't here to open up. They sat down deep, compact, two solid banks, and challenged us to find the answers. We controlled possession, as always under Enzo Maresca, but it wasn't fluid. And the tempo wasn't there. The build-up wasn't there, but in the final third, Palace closed every door. Every forward run was tracked. Every pass into Joao Pedro or Palmer was crowded out. Our best spell came in the second half, but we still couldn't find the finish. Neto looked lively. Gittin tried to stretch the play, but we lacked that killer edge. But let's be honest, we were lucky. Berechese bent in a brilliant free kick that had Sanchez beaten. For a moment, the bridge was stunned. Palace were celebrating, but Vieira stepped in. Gay was too close to our wall, backing the goalkeeper's sideline. It rarely enforced law, but this afternoon, it was applied. Palace will feel robbed, and in truth, they might deserve more. Statistically, we edged it. XG of 1.81 to Palace 1.07. We had more of the ball, more chances, more territory. But when you look deeper, our shots was half chances. Snapshots under pressure, not clear one-on-one. The finishing touch wasn't just there. And here is the key stat. This is our first 0-0 draw at Stamford Bridge in the league since April 2023 against Liverpool. This is the first time we have failed to score at home in the Premier League this year. But without forgetting, you have to give credit to Palace. This is a side that beat Manchester City in the FA Cup and Liverpool in the Community Shield. They are not pushovers. They came with clear plan, executed it, and walked away with a point. Glasner has them well drilled, well-oiled, and disciplined. And this afternoon, they showed us exactly the kind of test we struggle with. But this is the biggest takeaway. Last season, our Achilles heel was breaking down low block. Game 1 of new season, the same issue returned. We defended well, that's the positive. But in attack, we didn't flow. There wasn't enough space. Our forwards struggled to beat their man, to combine in tight areas. The chemistry wasn't just there, and that's where the lack of precision showed. We didn't have a proper run of game to build with it. The Club World Cup was incredible, but it didn't prepare us for a 90 minutes against a team camped in their own half. We weren't match fit yet. Maresca even admitted he expected a tough start. And he's right. We'll probably drop some early points before we grow into the season. But if there was one massive positive to take away from this game, it was the performance of Josh Acheampong, thrown into the starting 11, with both Levi and Tosin Adrabayo unavailable. This was a huge test for the 19-year-old. Centre backs in Maresca's system isn't just about defending, It's about composure, decision making, breaking the line and holding structure. And Acheampong stepped in again and delivered like he has been doing it for years. Let's talk numbers. He played full 90 minutes, 99 touches, showing how comfortable he was on the ball. 81 out of 87 passes completed, recycling possession, building from the back and never panicking under Palace press. 9 out of 12 duel won, 5 clearance, 5 area duel won, 4 time possession won back. And crucially, 0 foul conceded. For a young centre-back making a statement at this level, that's elite composure. Squawka even highlighted it. In the first half alone, Acheampong won 100% of his duels. 5 out of 5, he won possession more times than any other Chelsea player. And he made more clearance than anyone else in that opening 45. That tells you something. In a game where Palace tried to frustrate us and test our backline, Josh was the one that stood tall. Maresca has been crystal clear about the importance of that central defensive role. He said it, Levi is different, the one in the middle isn't just another centre-back. He's the player who recognizes the solution, breaks the line, starts everything. With Kowi out and Tosin out, it could have gone horribly wrong. But Josh Acheampong stepped in and he didn't just survive, he thrived. Played with maturity and confidence and calmness beyond his years. For us fans, this is massive. We have spent years hoping our academy talent can step up and be trusted in these big moments. Josh did exactly that. Yes, it's finished 0-0. The attack wasn't sharp, but seeing a 19-year-old step into such a key role and putting a 7.3 rated performance is a huge silver lining. And this is why we trust Enzo Maresca's project. This is why we are patient. Because when young players like Josh Acheampong are given opportunities and they are delivering like this, it means the foundation is strong. And if Acheampong can already do this against Palace, a side who beat Man City in FA Cup and Liverpool in Community Shield, imagine what he will do with more experience, more rhythm and more trust. But speaking of trust, ladies and gentlemen, with James, we know what this guy can offer when he's fit. And against Palace, he reminded us once again, despite the frustrating results, James dropped a 7.8 rated performance in just 79 minutes, 94 touches, 71 pass accuracy, 2 clearance, 4 interception. But beyond the stats, it was the presence, the calmness, and the authority he brought down the right hand side. Every time Palace tried to hit us in transition, Rhys James was there to snuff it out. And that's the thing with James. When he plays, we look like a completely different team. His ability to control tempo, lock down his flank, and still progress the ball is elite. For us fans, it's just a reminder. If we can keep our captain fit, he's a cheat code in this system. But speaking of cheat codes, Moses Caicedo. If there's one thing we can rely on is Caicedo's consistency. Another day, another rock solid performance from him. Protecting the backline, bossing the midfield. Dropped a 7.7 rating performance. 90 minutes, 84 touches, 94% pass accuracy. Always scanning, always covering, always plugging gaps. Even when our attack looked blunt, Caicedo gave us that platform to stay in control. He doesn't always make the headlines, but if you watch him closely, you saw how many Palace counters he broke up before they even developed. For us, this is the Caicedo we paid big money for. The one who makes everything around him stable. Week after week, showing he's one of our most important players. Now Andre Santos, he came in the last 12 minutes and he had the moment, the chance, the one that could have won us the game. He will know he should have buried it. But let's be fair, outside that miss, he was sharp. 8 touches, 1 shot on target, 1 shot off target, 6.5 rating. For a player trying to break into the first team, it wasn't a disaster. And for us fans, it's about perspective. Young players need moments like this. It's part of the learning curves. If you finish that chance, he's the hero of the day. He didn't, but it doesn't erase the potential we know is there. And then there is Jamie Bynoe, his full Chelsea debut. Let's be real, this was a proper eye test performance. I've seen people saying he wasn't good, but I completely disagree. Let's look at the numbers. 54 minutes played, 14 out of 14 passes completed, 2 chances created, 2 successful take on, 2 shots, 4 duel won, 3 touches in the opposition box, plus he worked out defensively with a tackle in his own half. The stats backed it up, but more importantly, you could see it. Every time he got on the ball, Palace doubled up on him. That tells you everything. His dribbling, his confidence, his ability to attack 1v1. This is the exact profile we have been crying out for. Yes, he didn't score. And yes, the final products can get sharper. But for us, this was a debut full of promise. And if this isn't just the start, then we have got a serious swinger on our hands. So here is my final thoughts. It's finished Chelsea 0, Crystal Palace 0. Frustrating, yes, but let's not overreact. This is just 1 out of 38 games. We have already shown we can do it against big teams. We know the ceiling is high. This was a reminder that the journey won't be smooth. Palace showed us where we need to improve. Maresca knows what is missing. And as fitness builds, as our new signing settles, and as we sharpen in the final third, we'll get better. For now, it's 2 points drop, but it's also a valuable lesson. We move. But moving on to Chelsea's latest transfer updates. Exclusive from Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea has now completed the agreement with Marc Cucurella over a new deal. Seen as a key player on the pitch, leader of the pitch, and really important for present, future, and now contract is signed and sealed for Cucurella at Chelsea. That's a direct report from Fabrizio Romano, and that tells you everything you need to know about how highly Marc Cucurella is valued inside the club. Now let's not forget, just over a year ago, many people doubted Cucurella. He had tough spells under different managers. He looked like a player who might never truly settle. But under Enzo Maresca, everything has changed. He's become one of the most consistent and reliable performers in the squad. And it's not just about his performances defensively. His work going forward, Fabrizio himself highlighted how Cucurella is seen as a leader off the pitch. He's become a voice in the dressing room, and the club views him as really important for the both present and the future. And you can see why. This past season, Marc Cucurella was crucial for our journey. We went on to win the UEFA Conference League and also lifted the Club World Cup, with Cucurella playing a huge role in both successes. It's been a complete turnaround story. But now Chelsea have rewarded him with a brand new contract to show how important he is to this project. After a stellar season, winning 2 trophies with us, he's now been officially tied down long term. This is massive for us because it shows the board trust in Cucurella, and also that Maresca has the kind of fullbacks he wants for his system. But moving on, let's talk about one of our brightest young talents right now, Josh Acheampong. Reports coming in from the Guardians confirms that Manchester City are interested in signing Josh Acheampong, but Chelsea insists not for sale. Bournemouth loan enquiries also rejected, while Newcastle are monitoring the situation. To go deeper into this, we have more reports coming from journalist Rahman Usman. He reveals Bournemouth are desperate to sign Josh Acheampong. A club source said, "We have held talks and made our intention very clear, but it's a bit difficult because Chelsea just wants a dry loan." And Bournemouth's situation is even more clear. They are not interested in a simple loan. Rahman Usman adds, Bournemouth wants a permanent deal. Hopefully their stance might change in the coming weeks as we get closer to the end of the transfer window. But here is the thing, there's no way we are selling our Starboy. Simple as that. Josh Acheampong is one of the most exciting young defenders to come out of Cobham in the recent years. He's quick, strong, versatile, exactly the type of modern defenders who suit Enzo Maresca's style. And let's not forget, this summer our centre-back position has been a big talking point. With Veiga out injured and uncertainty around defensive depth, it's clear that if Chelsea don't make a major centre-back signing before the window closes, Josh Acheampong would have a huge role to play this season. And honestly, this could be his breakout year. We have seen these stories before with Cobham graduates. They wait for one chance, that one injury crisis, that tactical need, then they take their opportunity to cement themselves in the first team. Chelsea rejecting Bournemouth's loan and insisting on a dry loan with no buy option shows exactly how highly the club rates him. The board and Maresca are protecting him because they know he could be important for us, not just for now, but in the future. So the message is clear. Man City wants him, but Chelsea says not for sale. Bournemouth are desperate, pushing for a permanent deal, but Chelsea only wants a loan. Newcastle are keeping an eye on things, but right now Chelsea are standing firm. At the end of the day, Josh Acheampong is our star boy, and if we don't buy another centre back this summer, we might see him stepping up for Chelsea in a big way this season. But moving on, let's talk about Renato Veiga, because there is a fresh development in his future. Exclusive from Fabrizio Romano, Villarreal have now sent a formal bid to Chelsea for Renato Veiga. It fell short of Chelsea expectation. Former contract proposal to Veiga also sent as dream target for centre-back position. The Portuguese defender is keen on the move, but difficult to agree club to club. And just a short while later, Fabrizio adds, Chelsea have rejected the former bid from Villarreal for Renato Veiga. So that's the situation as it stands. Villarreal are pushing strong for Renato Veiga. They see him as a dream target for the centre-back position. They have also sent him a contract proposal, and it's clear the player himself is keen on the move. But for us, Chelsea has decided that the offer on the table is nowhere near good enough, and now the exact amount of that bid hasn't been reviewed yet. But what we do know is that it fell short of our expectation, and that's important because Chelsea only wants to do the deal on right terms. Veiga isn't part of Enzo Maresca's plan for the upcoming season, but the club still sees him as an asset, either to keep developing or to sell for a significant profit. But here's the key point for us: Chelsea will not let him go cheaply. Villarreal might want him, Veiga himself might be keen on La Liga, but unless the Spanish club pay what we believe he's worth, the transfer won't happen. And this isn't the first time Veiga has attracted interest either. Borussia Dortmund and Atletico Madrid are interested this summer as well. But again, the issue has always been price. Chelsea are standing firm because they know Veiga's profile is rare, and he could either become a big player down the line or fetch a very healthy fee in the future. But the big question now is whether Villarreal comes back with a new improved offer before the window shuts. For now, Renato Veiga remains a Chelsea player. So now let's get into the latest surrounding Chukwuemeka, because let's be honest, things are starting to heat up and Dortmund are testing our patience. According to Fabrizio Romano, Borussia Dortmund has sent a new bid to Chelsea for Chukwuemeka. The proposal is worth 20 million euros on loan with obligation to buy plus heavy sell-on clause. Negotiation underway. Connie only wants Borussia Dortmund. Now here's the twist. Fabrizio also confirmed Chelsea has immediately rejected Borussia Dortmund bid for Chukwuemeka. They are not happy with all the loan with obligation bid, described as insulting. That says it all for us. The idea of a loan deal with an obligation to buy for 20 million euros is completely unacceptable, especially for a player of Chukwuemeka's talent and potential. This is backed up by the Daily Mail's Kenan Gill, who reports Chelsea wants a permanent sale for Chukwuemeka, including add-ons / sell-on, which could take overall deal towards £40 million release clause. And even more context, Nizar Cancela has revealed Chelsea believed to be growing frustrated with Dortmund over Chukwuemeka and will only entertain permanent offers. Gap in valuation nearly £20 million, but they are willing to accept less as long as suitable add-ons and a sell-on clause is included. So there you have it. Chelsea's stance is clear. We are open to selling Chukwuemeka, but only on a permanent deal. None of this loan with obligation business that undervalues the player. But here is where it gets frustrating for us. Dortmund are being funny. They insisted that when it comes to Jamie Bynoe-Gittin, if we wanted him, we had to pay full value. No discounts, no cheap offers, nothing. But when it comes to our players, suddenly they want to give us peanuts and structure deal in a way that makes no sense. That's not how Chelsea operates anymore. We know the value of our players, and the club is standing firm. Chukwuemeka may not have fully broken through yet, but he's only 20. He's got technical quality, he could carry the ball through the midfield, and in the right environment, he could explode. And that's the exact reason why Dortmund wants him. But they have to pay up properly if they want him. At the end of the day, if Dortmund want Chukwuemeka, they have to treat the negotiation with respect. We are not letting him go on the cheap. So right there's the video. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. You go be.